What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including Triple H in AEW, insane Shane McMahon Royal Rumble plans revealed, Randy Orton's direct order to Shane McMahon during the Rumble, a fired superstar's return cancelled, Bray Wyatt resurfaces, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at Triple H in AEW. AEW President Tony Khan has been hyping a surprise debut for the next week's edition of AEW Dynamite. Khan claims that a mystery wrestler will walk through the forbidden door and make their AEW debut. According to Reddit user King Bradford, this mystery could be Triple H. Now, the Reddit user's justification for this is mainly down to how much Khan is hyping the debut and the fact that he's mentioned how the debut could be from any wrestling company in the world. In one of Khan's tweets he states, "Even if it's someone from a company that's open for business." This is a quote that Triple H has used in a number of high-profile interviews. Could you imagine Triple H entering the forbidden door and being in AEW? Worlds would be shattered. Next up, insane Shane McMahon Royal Rumble plans revealed. Now our next story looks at Shane McMahon and the crazy plans that Shane tried to implement last Sunday at the Rumble. This week's news has been dominated by Shane, as fans have learned that Shane was extremely problematic backstage at the pay-per-view and he was trying to book himself to look as strong as possible. Later in the week it was revealed that Shane had been quietly let go from WWE, which was clear evidence that Shane's conduct at the Rumble was completely out of line. But according to a brand new report published by Fightful Select, Shane actually wanted to enter the Rumble match at entrant number 1. This would see Shane enter the match at a prominent position and virtually dominate the airtime right up until his elimination at the end of the match. Yeah, Shane was going to pull an Iron Man. The report added, several sources have indicated that Shane McMahon specifically wanted to go in a spot that would highlight him, with one even mentioning that he pitched the number 1 spot. However, we're told that Vince McMahon personally came along and he said that he'd been making changes to the match and wouldn't be doing much of what Shane laid out. Instead of following Shane's booking ideas, WWE opted to place AJ Styles in the number 1 position. Shane, however, would still receive a decent showing in the Rumble by eliminating Kevin Owens and making it to the final 4. Next up, Randy Orton's direct order to Shane McMahon. Speaking of the controversial Shane McMahon, another report published by Fightful Select states that Shane was involved in a bizarre interaction with Randy Orton backstage at the Rumble. The report states that Shane was supposed to enter the match at number 29 and Orton was supposed to enter at number 28. However, Shane's music played at spot 28 instead of Orton's. This led to a confusing interaction where Shane would react hastily before Orton demanded Shane that he wasn't going to enter the match using Shane's own theme song. This forced Shane to enter the match earlier than expected. It looks like this year's Rumble was handled rather poorly by WWE creative and production. There was clear confusion on the part of talent, and this supports the reports from earlier in the week that the morale was extremely low backstage following the pay-per-view. Next up, a fired WWE superstar's cancelled return. Now, it was reported a number of weeks ago that WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle was set for a return to WWE. Angle was going to be involved in a 3-week-long storyline, but how this storyline would have played out hasn't been revealed. Fans had hoped that he would see Angle return for one more match after Angle's rather lackluster retirement matchup at WrestleMania 35. But sadly, it looked like this planned return has been cancelled by WWE. Angle revealed that WWE have decided to scrap the plans that would see him return to the company. Discussing the Knicks' return on his podcast, Angle revealed, "We went to the Rumble and I also did some documentary interviews a day before and a photo op with the fans. But I want to make it clear, I'm not signed with the WWE. They were going to sign me anyway. It was going to be a 3-week program. It got cancelled." And no doubt those who were looking forward to seeing Angle return will be very disappointed, but hopefully WWE consider utilizing Angle for a future storyline. Would you guys like to see Angle make another return to WWE? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Mickie James's WWE return had set conditions. Our fans were shocked when it was revealed that current Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion Mickie James would enter this year's 2022 Women's Royal Rumble. According to Will Washington from the Grapsody podcast, Mickie's return had set conditions. For instance, the WWE commentators were not allowed to say Impact Wrestling. They had to refer to the company as Impact and Impact only. Additionally, WWE social media team wasn't permitted to tag Impact Wrestling on social media. Although Mickie showing up at the Rumble was beneficial to both Mickie and Impact Wrestling, it's clear from these conditions that WWE wanted to prevent Impact from receiving the recognition it deserved. The involvement of Mickie in the Rumble simply comes down to WWE needing a recognizable face in the match, and Mickie was a perfect superstar for this. Impact shared the appearance across social media as well as airing footage on their latest episode of Impact, so it seems like they were rather happy with whatever promotion they received. Next up, Mickie slams the Royal Rumble booking. One of the biggest criticisms of the Women's Royal Rumble match was that Melina was eliminated in just 1 minute. Melina entered the match at number 2 and she received one of the biggest ovations of the entire pay-per-view. Her brief stint in the Rumble didn't just get slammed by fans, it also received criticism from Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion Mickie James. During an appearance on the GAW podcast, Mickie revealed, "I didn't love that at all. I didn't love that. You know, her entrance, people did exactly what they knew they were going to do. They erupted like holy shit. It was good to see her back. She hadn't been in WWE for over a decade, so I think that was amazing to see her get teared up, and it was awesome. I didn't love the whole set got eliminated first. No, I didn't love that because obviously I wanted to be able to get in with her and tangle it up. I wanted to have these moments with some of the other girls, you know. I know it was special for Sasha, and I know it was special for Sasha to be there with her. Hopefully WWE brings back Melina for another match, especially due to the positive response to her brief Rumble appearance. With Charlotte Flair set to defend the SmackDown Women's title against Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania, perhaps WWE could book Melina vs Sasha Banks in a special dream match. This would be something that would no doubt lighten up the seemingly average WrestleMania 38 match card. Next up, Bray Wyatt resurfaces. Ever since Bray Wyatt's shocking release in the summer of last year, Bray has been relatively quiet when it comes to public appearances. We know that Bray is set to feature in an upcoming horror movie, but it's still unknown when or even if Bray will return to in-ring action. This weekend, Bray resurfaced on the former Intercontinental Champion John Morrison's Instagram page as Bray alongside Morrison were attending a wedding, and fans were quick to point out how awesome Bray looked. He looks healthy and most importantly, happy. When do you think Bray will return? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Keith Lee and Mia Yim get married. Now, our final story today takes a look at some wonderful news for the former WWE stars Keith Lee and Mia Yim. Tegan Nox shared an image of the couple on Instagram yesterday, and fans were quick to share their well wishes towards the duo. We here at Wrestlelamia wish Lee and Yim all the best in their next chapter. But there you have it, folks, the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know. Be sure to leave your comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.